So my name's Professor John Deanfield, and I'm a professor of cardiology at University College in London. But I'm a little bit different from many of my colleagues because I have had a lifetime interest in preventing disease, not just treating the clinical problems that occur in later life. So we're very much focused on this idea that many diseases that we have as we get older are potentially preventable or modifiable by much better attention to the disease long before it becomes a clinical problem. So this idea that we can have a center that is focusing on prevention, particularly on cardiometabolic disease, which is my area, is very, very exciting for me. And I think the Friede Springer Center represents potentially a breakthrough in thinking in our community. Well, it's become clear that cardiometabolic diseases, although they present usually from middle age and onwards, have a long preclinical period. From right early on in life, from childhood, we're all exposed to the risk factors that later lead to these clinical problems like heart attacks and strokes. But we don't do much about it in that first 50 or so years of our life. And that represents an untapped opportunity to alter our trajectory to future disease. So we wouldn't think about our savings, for example, in that way. We wouldn't think that by investing in our financial future, we could start at 60 or 65 years of age and be good later on. Yet that's a lot of the way in which medicine thinks about preventing disease. So I think we have to learn about early intervention for future gain as a strategy. And all the science that is emerging supports that. It's exposure to risk factors like smoking, cholesterol, blood pressure, diabetes, that has a cumulative damage to our arteries that eventually leads to those problems. And early intervention may alter that radically and keep us healthy for longer. So we do have to target younger people, and younger can be different things for different people. So younger means before you have a disease. I think that's the first step. So it is the working age group population that is important, I think, now from your 20s and 30s and 40s, because at that point in time, it's not just about your risk of a future clinical event, but keeping you healthy in your life so that you can work, you can be productive. It's very, very important. And a lot of problems now are occurring because younger people are unable to work from chronic diseases, and that is a potentially important modifier. For children, I think we have to make them somehow interested in their health in different ways. We have to communicate differently to young people. It's not just about threatening them with risk of future disease, but keeping you well, keeping you sporty, are things that I think children will engage with. But as a community, we have to think differently about how we communicate with young people than the way in which we talk to our patients.